Okay, everyone just quickly make your way down. Treat this as part of your warm-up. Walk quickly, raise those knees, and let's get this program underway.
Just before we begin, I extend a warm welcome to all of you who have traveled from Australia. Yes, I studied in Australia and New Zealand and American Samoa and our local teams here in Samoa. We stand before prayer, asking God, beautiful weather today, so you guys are lucky that our God is looking after us and they continue this fine weather today until tomorrow. In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Let us pray. God, our loving Father, we thank you so much for the gift of life, for the gift of talents that you have given us. We are so grateful for your love. We are so grateful for the fine weather today that you shared to us to display our talents today. We thank you for bringing our friends and families and participants all the way from Australia and New Zealand and American Samoa safely to Samoa. We also like to thank you for the sponsors and all those who have supported us in many, many ways. Today we ask you, as we are about to begin our sports event, we ask for the spirit of sportsmanship. We ask for your blessings and praises to all the players and all the participants for today. We also like to pray for those who have worked behind the scene to make this event possible. Lord, we also ask for your protection for them, to protect them from any injuries today, and for this evening and for tonight. And when we go to sleep, we ask for your guidance and protection to make tonight a restful night for us. And tomorrow morning, we would like to ask you for another fine weather and for the sporting events tomorrow. Lord, we ask you to make us united in these sporting events. Bring us together, though we are different in races and religions and faith, but we are united in you and your name. And so we make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. Just before the final blessing, thank you very much for the invitation for me to come here. I also play sports But when I look at all the weight and all the climbing in the ropes, I don't think I'm fit enough to any roles or activities. Maybe my sports will just pray for you to do it well and do it to the best of your ability. So may the good team win, and all of you today, may Almighty God bless you. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless you all, bless the families, bless the sponsors, and bless everyone who put in efforts into this occasion. Through Christ, in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Fatutoa, now se me alofa Fatutoa, wako ma patia, mrautinga. Ole te kusilia, inga Maria Pate, le se tu peo ya. I already in a lifetime membership, ole Fatutoa gym. I think we both need some exercise. So you have a lifetime membership there. You can use anytime you want. So there'll be no excuse when you come to open the tour next year. You'll be probably a bit slimmer than that. Yeah, I tell you now, we shall now see with the other part, which is for me to say a few words. As you can see, I hold several pieces of paper here, which will take about an hour. So I ask you to please bear with me while I do it. I'm just joking. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, CrossFitters from Samoa and especially from overseas, on behalf of Fatutoa Gym, I warmly welcome you to our shores, especially our overseas teams who have looked forward to this day for a long time and have made a lot of financial sacrifices to be here. So it's really good to see you. But before I go any further, I would like to ask for your indulgence to observe a minute's silence in honor of one of our colleagues and strong ardent advocate of CrossFit, Chris from JP's gym, who passed away earlier this year in June. He is represented here by his wife Michelle and daughter Chloe, whose team Extremers will be competing in the tour this year. So 1 minute silence, please. Thank you very much. Father Mikael has already welcomed all those teams from overseas, as well as our local teams. It really is wonderful to see so many of you. This is the 8th year, I think, of the tour competition, and we have a total of 27 teams competing, which is the most there ever has been. So 15 from overseas and the rest from our local CrossFitters. So this is a wonderful example of the popularity and the strength of CrossFit, not only in Samoa but overseas. It is a sport or a discipline where CrossFit gym, and you will be warmly welcome. And this is a great thing about this sport. So I applaud all of you who have supported this event and have made the effort, training to be here. I think this year's tournament promises to be the toughest one ever, whether it be in the RX division or the scale division. I think there'll be a lot of competitiveness, and I think after 2 days there will be some sore bodies. So I wish everyone the best. May the best team win. May you all compete in the spirit of CrossFit. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is, renewing of friendships and being together as CrossFitters. So without further ado, I now declare Tour 2023 open.
And now we will play our Samoa national anthem. We could all be outstanding. Samoa.
Talafatu le mai mo whaafonga le tātou tunu ia le nei whainga o le awhiawhi. O leo tātou nei I le tasiri nei o whamoe moe ia leo whaingoina o le toa competition ia po le tauwanga nei ia lo whapena o na whaatutei e le tātou gym o le Fatutoa CrossFit ia pe o na silofia le tātou tunu. So this is the 8th competition tour games this year. So the first competition was in 2016, but we're here with our commentators, Sunga ya DJ ya Male Tamoitai ya Samantha. Talafalaba, Sunga DJ.
Malo se fu mai pa mo le noa fa talo fa tu le pa ia mo le malu fa yon tatu fa ta sine fia. Awa fo ia le mai mo nga mai le tatu tournament for the competition for the tour games lua fe do sun man tolu. Talo for everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone's having a good evening. We're streaming live this evening from Apia Park. This is the 8th annual tour competition 2023. We've got a lot in store today, so we're really excited to see the events happening today. But yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to. I want to introduce our third co-commentator, Sammy. Please come in. Sammy Rogers. Welcome.
Talafalava, everyone. Everyone that's tuning in from overseas and around Samoa. Malo. Yeah, exciting day today. Heaps of teams and biggest competition out there this year. Yeah, just excited for today.
Malo Sammy, Malo DJ. I think this is the best commentator ever for the Tour Games 2023. But Jay, Malaya le tau wale sa timuni la wauli le wote iwo joy Malaya man tau.
Yeah, so lesa no nga vai. Sa ilavat polling an nita el on no faisi lo wa tau. Pai eu ile ya mesidi lo was mai mele lan nge ya. Yeah, we're in for a really good treat this evening. Like I said, we've got 2 really exciting events. We've got a total of 27 teams from 4 different countries. I understand we've got representations from American Samoa, New Zealand, Australia, and also the home country Samoa. As mentioned earlier, there's 2 events being run today. Another 3 will be scheduled for tomorrow. We'll eventually briefly touch on what today's events will be. But yeah, as before things start, as you can see from the crowd, everyone's preparing for the Walk of Nations before we get things rolling. Baftai.
Malo Jay, ole mai tau watu the 27 teams participate this year 2023 Tour Games. There are 4 teams from American Samoa, 7 teams from Australia, only 1 team from New Zealand, and we have 14 teams, Samoa teams. Malaya, it's going to be a tough competition this year, DJ.
Yes, Sauli, over the years, the competition has grown and grown. As was mentioned during the opening ceremony, this competition first started in 2016. And that started as an in-house comp. Eventually, over the years, more and more gyms joined from outside, and now we're very fortunate to also have participation from some of the overseas CrossFit gyms. We have in store for today, like I said, 2 events over 2 divisions, the RX division and the scale division. For those of you who are not familiar with CrossFit, the RX division is the premier division, and the scaled division is sort of the moderate level CrossFitters division. But yes, very exciting events to look forward to. It should be great.
DJ, this year competition is one of the very sad year. One of the participants or one of an athlete passed away this year. The Sunga Chris. Le foi sai ai le tatou tribute le tatou tu lai follow allo ile so DJ.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely correct. Chris was a huge presence here at the CrossFit Fatutoa Games, particularly over the past 3 years. Chris has been the driving force behind the JP's participation, and ever since Chris has brought JP's here, they've not missed participation in any tour games moving on. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but you know, Chris's team is here today. I think JP's have a big squad representing JP's today. Also representing Chris today. It should be good. We're looking forward to it. Just as the teams prepare, Sammy, our first tour competition. Unfortunately, due to injuries, you're not taking part this year. But what are your feelings? What are your takeaways from last year's competition? And how was it for you?
Thanks, DJ. Last year, our whole team was basically debuting last year with the youngest female last year, Jessamina Fong. For me, taking from last year's games, I think my biggest was just challenging myself, opening myself to a sport that I've never done before, and yeah, just taking on that challenge, and I enjoyed it. This year, I'm a bit gutted that I couldn't participate because it's one of the biggest ones, but I'm excited to see all the different teams compete this year. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Sammy. No, that's awesome. Just for everyone that's tuning in, if you're not too familiar with the events today, there are two events scheduled for this evening. Event one consists of it's a 13-minute event for the scale division. Sorry, a 13-minute event for the scale division. The time cap is 13. The time cap is 10 minutes, which involves a 400-meter run. This is of teams of 4, 2 females, 2 males. After your 400-meter run, you come and then you do 30 synchronized burpees. We'll try and get Sammy to do a demo later. But yeah, so after the 4 synchronized plate burpees, you then come back to another 400-meter run. And then that concludes the scale division. For the RX division, we have installed an 800-meter run, followed also by 30 synchronized burpees, finished off again with an 800-meter run. So the standards, the requirement for this event is that all athletes are to start off the starting block. I think it's around the 100-meter mark. They're all supposed to run the 800. There's doesn't really matter if they go together or not. The only requirement is that before you begin the burpees, all 4 athletes have to be back on the marker. Yeah, I suppose that's it for event 1. We'll touch on event 2 before that one begins. But yeah, I think for now we'll try and find some athletes to have a talk to and gauge how they're feeling this evening, what's going through their minds. But yeah, bye, Vavtai.
Vavtai DJ, if you're just tuning in, as I mentioned before, that we have 27 teams from Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, and American Samoa. So our 4 teams from American Samoa, we have Team Ultra, Team YOLO, FunFit Freedom, and FunFit Justice. Australia, we have Team Sifiao, Team Monosai, Team Fiola, Famalosi, EXF, Zero Rocks, Beauty and their dads, and Ultra Skatepark. And New Zealand, just 1 team participate this year, is Ethos. And 14 teams, our teams, Team Samoa, Team Enjoy the View, Team Wow from Choshim. We also have 4 teams from JB, the Extremers, the Extrema Vikings, the Extrema Legends. We also have 3 teams from CF for beer. Yeah. The WOT, the 4 rig, the mother thrusters, no life giving. And also we have Nafanua type of Silafai, RX1, or Nafanua Faulito, RX2, Nafanua Meeting Taua Scale 2, Nafanua Ulimasao Scale 1, and check in the box. And also we have a scale never fail from Fatutoa CrossFit Gym. We also shout out to all our sponsors, the National Bank of Samoa, the Petroleum Product Supplies, the Sublime, the Bluwave TV, MIE, Electrical Marks of Samoa, Liki Wholesale, Samoa Tourism Authority, and a beer insurance company. So yeah, shout out to all our sponsors, and shout out to all our supporters who are watching and tuning from overseas on our website, bluwavetv.com.
It just as teams are preparing, I think they're all warming up right now. Just so everyone is aware, for event 1, the first heat today will involve Extreme Legends from JP's Fitness, No Luck's Given from CrossFit Apia, the Extremers also from JP's, and Team YOLO from FunkFit American Samoa.
Take this as your 5-minute warning. Heat 1, 4, 1.
As you might have heard, the 5-minute warning is now in place, so teams are getting ready to prepare for event 1. As mentioned before, the first heats will include teams from the scale division. As you can see on our screen this evening, it's a beautiful evening in Apia Park, streaming live to you from Apia Park. On the screen is members of the JP's team. Our judges are in yellow.
Take this as an update for Heat 2, Extreme Vikings JP Fitness, Nafanua, Uimasao, CrossFit Fatutoa, Team Wow, Joe's Gym, Beauty and their dad, Ruckus, FunkFit Justice and FunkFit. That is Heat 2.
I don't know if you've heard it, but just announced is Heat 2 for the scale division. In lane 1 will be Extreme Vikings of JP's Fitness. Lane 2, Nafanua Ulimasao, CrossFit Fatutoa. Team Wow on lane 3, Team Wow from Joe's Gym. Lane 4, Beauty and their dads. Ruckus, I think this is one of the overseas teams. And in lane 5, FunkFit Justice from American Samoa. So you can see all the teams are warming up now. On the screen is one of the teams from CrossFit Apia. As we mentioned, teams of 4 include 2 males and 2 females.
For everyone in the stands, everyone watching on TV,
The event 1 about to start. The event 1 is 1 band, 1 song. Before the event 1 to start on DJ, so can you tell us how our team's score points for the events number 1?
400 meter run, 30 synchronized plate burpees, and then another 4.
Fatutoa, I think we need to get some clarification on that. But as I understand, during the previous years, is it's a ranking system. So the team that finishes first will get 1 point. The team that finishes second gets 2 points, and so on. So at the end of the competition, how the points are tallied is the team with the lowest number of points should be the team that's in the lead. But like I said, we'll get some reconfirmation of that. That was the standard in the previous years. I assume it would be the same for this year, but we'll need to reconfirm. So event 1, as you might know, like I mentioned, for the scale division, 400 meter run. Followed by the 30 burpees. There's no real strategy to the 400 meter run. It's just a matter of running as fast as you can, reaching the goal line, and then getting onto the burpees. As I understand it, the requirement is if you don't finish within the time cap, the tie break will be taken from the time the teams finish their burpee jumps. Okay, before our event 1 begins, we'd just like to introduce one of our judges this year, but also one of the participants from last year, Jaden. Jaden was part of the team that won. Jaden, please come in. Sorry, Jaden was part of the team that won. Sorry, Jaden, you were part of the team that won which division?
RX division.
RX division. Please, can you tell me how that was last year? What were your feelings? What was your take from last year's competition? And why aren't you competing this year?
Yeah, so last year was amazing. I mean, we formed a group of 4, and Lupe, Elijah, and Athol. So we trained really, really hard. So come the day, we were ready, and we just had fun. It was a really amazing experience, but I can still feel the fatigue in my legs from event 1 last year, so this is why I am judging this year.
Thank you so much, Jaden. Because event 1's about to begin, but we'll definitely get back to you from more of your takeaways from last year. But thank you so much for your time.
No worries, thanks guys.
All right, thank you,
We'll see
Jaden.
you.
All right, we're going to kick it off. And 10-second countdown on the clock. 5, 4, 3.
Event 1 counting down,
It's on.
and we're off. The heats for event 1, as mentioned before, there are 4 teams competing in this heat. Extreme Legends from JP's Fitness, No Lux Given from CrossFit Apia, Extremers from JP's Fitness, and also Team YOLO from FunkFit. That team is from American Samoa. Sammy, as you can see, everyone is running now. What do you think would be the strategy going into this event?
I would say that going into this 400 for the scale, I think as you can see that some of the teams are pacing themselves, because once they get to the burpee, that's where they're going to kill, because it's going to be that second time around, the second 400 is where they're going to start feeling it. So as you can see right now, they're just pacing themselves for that first 400.
Thank you, Sammy. But I mean, also heavy on the team's minds would be event 2, right? Because the events don't end here. They're going to have to back up and come back for event 2. And as I understand, event 2 requires a lot of leg movements. So they're going to have to save some energy for that one as well. As you can see here in the lead is one of the members from CrossFit Fatutoa. No lucks given. It's Brandon. Like we mentioned, there's no requirement that you have to run together. Teams can break up so long as they all start together on the burpees. Team JP here running in unison. Sammy. Everyone's still waiting on the burpees. I think the first team to the burpees is team No Lucks Given from CrossFit Fatutoa. Also making their way to the burpee, team from JP's, Extreme Legends, and Team YOLO. No lucks given, straight onto the burpees. So as we mentioned, it's 13 burpees, and the standard is chest to the floor. They all have to be on that plate together. No lucks given, making easy work of that. Just so everyone is aware, it doesn't matter who jumps first on the plate, so long as everyone is on the plate together at one point in time, and that counts as a rep. So for the scale division, it's a burpee step up, so you don't need to jump, but there's nothing stopping you from jumping if you want to. Sammy, how would you approach this movement if it were you?
Well, it just comes down to your team. There's no point in trying to rush it when you have other members in your team. So you just got to pace yourself. And usually we would go for, because every team member is going to have a weakness in the team for each movement. So you just got to follow the person that's probably the slowest in the burpee, and we just wait with them and just follow them on the burpee.
So basically, you're as strong as your weakest link, right? JP's getting into it. Behind him is Team YOLO from American Samoa.
Good job from Extremes.
So there's an interesting fact for this team from American Samoa, Team YOLO. As one of their members is also, I believe, one of the oldest competitors at this year's tournament. He was also the oldest athlete at last year's tournament.
Team YOLO moving well from American Samoa. If you're from American Samoa, make some noise for your team. Yeah, buddy. Whoa, no lucks given. Onto their second 400-meter run.
So as I mentioned, Team YOLO has one of the oldest athletes competing. I understand this is Luau Wesco. Do you remember her from last year, Sammy?
Yeah, I do. She was actually one of the fittest in the scale division last year. Being the eldest, she still had it. She was gotten last year, yeah.
And as we can see today, I still think she's got it, eh?
On their last run now.
No lucks given, leading the pack. As you can see, they've already made their way onto the track. Camera's still here on the teams doing the burpees. about 3 minutes and 40 seconds into the time. And from the looks of it, I think the team from CrossFit Apia might be able to finish this one. What do you reckon, Sammy?
Yeah.
Shout out to our judges, getting into their work as well.
Team YOLO now making their way to the run. So you can see on the screen, team from JP's Extremers now also making their way to the run.
Currently in first place. The Extremers
Coming around the corner, Team Extremers. Looks like Team Extremers is about to take this event. 2 minutes and 36 seconds down.
Lowlux Gibbons starting to run. Last 50 meters. And
No luck's given, crossing the line. About 2:17. 2 minutes 17 to go. Still waiting on team from American Samoa, Team YOLO, making their way. As well as the team from JP's.
10 minutes they have. 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining.
Sammy, what do you reckon? These teams are cutting it quite close, right?
Team YOLO moving well.
Team YOLO needs to push a little bit. 1 minute, 30 seconds out. I reckon they can make it, but they're gonna have to push hard. Come on, Team YOLO. American Samoa.
DJ, can you explain what would happen if they don't complete the run, the final run?
Yeah, so if they don't complete the second portion, the second run, their time will be taken from the time they completed the burpees. So finishing the burpees is your tie break time. So that would count as your time for this event. Team YOLO getting really close. About 100 meters to go, I reckon. Come on, Team YOLO. Keep pushing, guys. So ladies are doing really well, Sammy. Leading by example. Come on, guys. Let's go, Team YOLO. American Samoa, if you're watching, please cheer them on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, YOLO. Let's go, YOLO. They've made it. 10 seconds to go. Sammy, what do you make of that?
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, there you go, people. For the first heat of event 1, this was taken by No Luck's Given from CrossFit Apia. And also doing really well and then coming in second is Team YOLO from American Samoa. Great effort also from the teams from JP's, but they've fallen short of completing the time within the time cap.
Ja, maar hier tau ben. Hier fiofi o whaasolo ai ia talonga le Tour Games, the Tour Games competition 2023. So this is the 8th competition. This is the 8th tour competition starting in 2016. So the previous year's winners for this competition are the first year of the competitions, Blue Lagoon won. In 2017, there's Barbell Wolves. 2018, the Train the Kool-Aid. 2019, the Hakuna Matata. 2020, the Tornadoes and Trungan Masters. 2021, the Hakuna Matata with RX and Scale We Try. And the last year, the winners for the tour competition last year is Black Mamba Alpha, and the scale categories is Team Underdogs. So what is the next event, DJ?
So we're still on. So we're still on event 1, getting ready for heat 2 of the scale division. So as you can see on the screen, athletes for heat 2 are getting ready. So scheduled for heat 2, there's the following lineup: Extreme Vikings from JP's Fitness, Nafanua Ulimasao from CrossFit Fatutoa, Team Wow from Joe's Gym, Beauty and their dads, Ruckus is one of the overseas teams, and FunkFit Justice from American Samoa. So the teams, as you can see, are lining up now. This one should be another cracker. So you noted from the first event, the first heat, 2 of the teams completed the event within the time cap, that being No Lux Given from CrossFit Apia and Team YOLO from American Samoa. We're now making a start for heat 2. You know, this event requires a little bit of strategy. You don't want to go too hard out in the first 400-meter run and then burn out and not be able to complete the second 400-meter run. So as you can see, everyone is sort of pacing themselves, taking it easy, and hoping that by the time they get to the burpees, they have a little bit in store to get through it. So teams making their way around the first 200-meter mark. As you can see, there's a clock on the big screen. The time cap for this event is 13 minutes. Coming in the lead is FunkFit Justice, or one of the athletes. Coming around the bend, Team Wow from Joe's Gym. Team Wow running together, keeping it close. Also Team Ruckus coming together. Team Wow is the first team to arrive at the plates, setting up. Team Wow. Oh, no. Team Ruckus are the first at the plate, sorry. Onto the burpees already, followed by Team Wow, closely behind. Ulimasao also arriving at the plates. Team Ruckus getting through it, making light work of this. There on your screen is a team from CrossFit Fatutoa getting through their burpees. Also arriving at the plates, team from JP's, Extreme Vikings.
CrossFit Justice finishing their run, starting off. Samoa, and Beauty and the Dads getting into their work.
All teams are now on the plates getting through their burpees. Team Ruckus making good work of it. Team Well closely behind them. And Fatutoa in red getting through it as well.
Team Well looking strong, getting their work done. All teams into their burpees.
It's about 3 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock, meaning they would need to get through their burpees and the last 400-meter run within the time cap. Looks like our big clock on the screen has gone down. So we're not quite sure what the time is right now. As it stands, it looks like Team Ruckus have finished their burpees, now onto their run. They're not walking it either, they're running. Team Ruckus looking good. Yeah, our timer's back on now.
And we have passed the 5-minute mark.
We're past the 5-minute mark. Team Well also coming off the plates. So our second behind Team Ruckus from, I believe, Australia. Team Funkfit left on the plates, as well as team from CrossFit Fatutoa, Team Ulimasau. Ulimasau now off their plates, making their way to the run. Coming through the bend is the team from Australia, Team Ruckus, looking strong as well. Here in the lead are the pair from Team Ruckus, also followed by their second pair behind them, not too far behind them. Team Ruckus making good time of this event.
Beauty and the Dads. Whose dads are these? These men are too young to be fathers.
Team Ruckus making their way to the line.
The Dads finishing off and second two.
Now all four athletes for Team Ruckus crossing the line, finishing Heat 2 in first place. Now coming around the corner is the team from JP's Fitness, Team Well. Team Well with about 100 meters to go. Looking strong, Team Well. team well, making their way to the finish line, finishing strong. And now all of them are across the line. Well done, Team Well. Coming around the corner, team from CrossFit Fatutoa, Team Ulimasau, making their way. As you might have heard from the announcer, there's 1 minute left to go. Sorry, our clock on the screen is off, but it looks like Team Ulimasau will make it past the finish line under the time cap. There you go. 40 seconds to go. Team from FunkFit coming around the corner, trying to finish within the time cap. Unfortunately, it looks like they will be capped.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heat 2 is...
And that brings a close to our Heat 2 for Event 1 of the Scale Division. Asa usisilva.
Malo 5 DJ. As I can see, this is very tough competition, and it is, yeah, very tough. He was a CrossFitter and also an athlete. So, what is your experience, DJ Neko CrossFit?
Yeah, CrossFit. It's an interesting sport, you know, especially for the tour games because it's a team event. Like I mentioned earlier, team events, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So it's a bit of strategy, a bit of planning. Like you can notice here, some of the runners from Team FunkFit have finished before the time cap, and so I reckon in that last run it would probably be a matter of staying behind, trying to push your team together, because there's no point finishing first while your other team are left behind. But that's my take on it. But yeah, it all comes down to strategy.
DJ.
Hi.
We appreciate your support. Just to bring you a reminder for all athletes, it doesn't matter how fast you finish your run, your whole team has to finish the 400-meter run before you make your way to the place. You cannot place save a place. So when you finish your run,
Hi, Talofa. Welcome. We're very fortunate to be joined this evening by two of the athletes from American Samoa. Please, can we just get an introduction from you and how old you are and your names, please?
My name is Lua Wasco. I'm 61 years of age.
Tise Alicia Brisky, I'm 56.
Sorry, I'll keep it very quick as I know you're also preparing for the next event. But I just want to hear from you. I know you guys competed last year, also competing again this year. What's the driving force behind your participation, and what do you hope to experience so far from these events?
I'd say this year is much more intense and it's a lot more competition, much harder than last year, and a lot more teams. And my drive is to get moving. Age is not a matter of age is nothing. It's just keep going. Just a number. Just keep moving. Or keep it going.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And you, what's your take?
My take for this year, I'm more excited this year because this is my second year. Last year I was kind of nervous and panicked, but this year coming out, I was excited. I know what to expect, and it was something that we've been training for back in Pango. So it's excited, and also meeting a lot of different people from here, and we get to travel, to travel, and and it's exciting. It's so excited. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I wish you both the very best for your remaining events today, and go Team Pango, go Team Yolo.
Go Team Yolo. Thank you.
So much.
Non-competing athletes, please remove yourselves from the track.
Sorry, we got a little bit tied up, but we're on to Heat 3 right now. It's already underway. Sorry, so Heat 3 involves teams from Malosi EXF, CrossFit EXF Exodus from Australia, FunFit Freedom from American Samoa, Team Sifiao, and Team Nafanua from CrossFit Fatutoa. The FunFit teams are now making their way to the plates. They're making good time of this. So all four athletes have to be at the plates before they can begin their burpees. Three of the four teams from this heat are now at the plates, getting through their burpees right now. Team FunFit Freedom from American Samoa and Team Sifiao. Also now at the plates is Malosi EXF. And Team Nafanua Fa'amatenga now making their way to the plates. Team Fa'amatenga CrossFit Fatutoa now onto the plates. So all four teams are now at the plates, getting through their burpees right now. Team from FunFit getting into it. As well as Team Sifiao. As I mentioned, this event is all about strategy. Planning your burpees, relatively fast, but also at the pace of your slowest athlete. Team FunFit getting through it.
CPL getting into their work. Take a quick breath.
about 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the 13-minute time cap. One of the teams now finished their burpees, making their way to the track. I believe this is Team Sifiao. Team Sifiao on the run now, making good time of this event. Team Funkfit also finishing from the plates, now making their way to the track. Not too far behind Team Famalusi. Sorry, Team Sifiao. Team Sifiao coming through in purple. Now walking around that corner. I reckon about 250 meters to go. About 200 meters to go. Team Sifiao making their way. We're now at about 6 minutes 40 into our time cap. Team Famalosi also on the run right now. Team Sifiao coming through. Followed closely behind by Team Funkfit from American Samoa. Team Sifiao all across the finish line now, followed closely behind by team from Funkfit American Samoa in green. Looks like they'll make it under the time cap as well with lots of time to spare. Team Famalosi now making the way around the corner. This guy has left his team behind. They're about, I reckon, 300 meters behind him. We're 8 minutes and 20 seconds into the time cap. I reckon they still have time to finish this. As it stands, Team CrossFit Fatutoa still on their burpees right now, grinding through it. Team CrossFit now finished on their burpees, making their way to the track right now. coming around the corner, Team Malosi, EXF. Let's go for Malosi. Let's go.
20 seconds remaining for EXF to finish. 20 seconds, 15 seconds.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, the time cap for the scale is 10 minutes. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. You can make it. And they're done. Just under the time cap. Team Malosi crossed that finish line. Well done to all teams taking part in this heat. Team Malosi, Team Sifiao, Team CrossFit Freedom, and Team Nafanua Fa'amatengatau'a from CrossFit Fatutoa. One more. So we have one more team. We've got one more heat for the scale division coming up. There are 4 teams in this heat. Heat 4. Team Scale Never Fail from Overflow CrossFit Australia. Team All Ruck Get Buck. Team, this is from Ruckus Fit Australia as well. Team Jacked in the Box from CrossFit Fatutoa, and Team Onosai. Sorry, not too sure where Onosai is from. Sammy, come here. What did you make of the event, right, to cross that finish line? I think with under 10 seconds to go, that would have taken a bit out of them.
Yeah.
Malo Sammy, malo DJ, malo Phong. CrossFit DJ or Sammy. Do you think is it a test of a skill, strength, or the fitness? All of this, DJ?
Oh yeah, I thought you were asking Sammy. Yeah, it's a bit of everything. CrossFit is across all areas of fitness, endurance, aerobics, fitness, strength. So you got to be good at everything. That's really what it comes down to.
Can you comment?
What DJ said, I think CrossFit is basically a combination of all different types of strength. You got to have strength, flexibility. You got to have the stamina. So yeah.
So after this heat, DJ, so what's next events?
So after this heat, this is actually the last heat for the scaled division for event 1. And then after the scaled division will be the RX division. Now the difference between RX and scaled is that the scaled run 400 meters, followed by 30 burpees. It's a burpee plate step up, and then another 400 meter run. For the RX division, the first run is 800 meters, followed by 30 burpees jumps onto the plate, and then finished off again with another 800 meter run. Now the time cap for the scale division, I believe, is 10 minutes. For the RX, I understand it's 13 minutes. Yeah, so not much variance in terms of time, but a lot more running. So final heat is just about to be underway right now. So reminder, our teams for this heat: Scale Never Fail, Overflow CrossFit from Australia, All Ruck Get Buck from CrossFit Ruckus Fit Australia, Jacked in the Box from CrossFit Fatutoa, and Team Onosai. Just looking at this heat, I noticed that the pace is a little bit faster than the previous heats. We'll see if they can keep it up moving forward. So far, all the athletes are quite bunched together. Sammy, so far this heat looks to be quite close. Everyone's all bunched in, not like the previous heats where, you know, there was a bit of spacing right at the start. Really good pace from this heat.
The most competitive.
Yeah.
Of all heats.
They definitely look faster, but we'll see if they can maintain it into the second run. But this is the first heat I've seen so far where all the athletes have sort of come together.
All getting in there strong together. And all teams finish through.
We are just over 2 minutes into our 10-minute time cap, and all teams are already on the plate burpees. As we can see on our screen right now, all the teams are really getting into it. Really good pace. Really fast pace, actually. I reckon this is the fastest heat we've seen so far, Sammy.
And scale never fail. Looking good.
All teams looking really good. All in unison. Very minimal resting. Yep, these teams are definitely moving faster than all the previous heats put together. Yeah. Sammy, how would you approach this event? What would your strategy be?
I think you've already asked me that question.
Oh, sorry, did I ask you? All teams getting really into it right now. Really fast-paced burpee. And remember, everyone, straight after this will be our first RX heat.
And this one's a lot closer, this final heat.
This one looks real close. Looks really close.
Jack in the box, keep your head full. Jacked in the box with 3 burpees to go.
Jacked in the box. Oh, scale never failed. Now onto the track from Overflow CrossFit, followed by Team Onosai, followed by Team Jacked in a Box. All the teams making really quick work of this. Team Onosai, scale never fail. Pretty much neck and neck. These teams making really good time. All Rock Get Back also finishing off from the burpees, now onto the track. All 4 teams are now on the track, coming around for their last 400-meter run. This should be a close one, Sammy. Scale never fail. Scale never fail. Taking a big lead right now.
4 minutes on the clock.
4 minutes on the clock. And they're about 100 meters away from the finish line. All teams looking really good to finish this event. Scale never fail. Making their way. Really good time. This is a real close one, Sammy. Scale never fail. All 4 athletes now across the line.
Another CrossFit team coming
Another
through.
team from CrossFit Fatutoa. Jacked in the Box coming in second. Jacked in the Box now crossing the line, all 4 teams. Finishing strong. Team Monosai, all ruck and get buck. Team Monosai pushing through. So Team Monosai coming third. So as it stands, Team Never Fail taking the win in this heat, followed by Jacked in a Box. Then on Team Monosai and all ruck and get buck. Sammy, that was a great heat. What do you think?
It was beautiful. Well ahead of time. Can you just Can you just explain, DJ? So they take the fastest time, and from there, that's how they take. So the points. How does the points different?
So across all the heats, the team with the fastest time, as I understand, the rankings would be 1 point for the team that comes first, second for the team that comes second, and so on and so on. So by the end of the competition, the team with the least aggregate points should be the team that takes the win. But like I said, we'll reconfirm. So that last heat was an amazing heat, a really good push by all teams, and it was pretty close as well. Neck and neck right until the end, and all finishing under the time cap.
How many heats for RX?
So for the RX division, we have only 2 heats. So there are 9 teams in total. 5 will be in the first heat, and then 4 in the final heat. Okay, we've just got confirmation from our media team regarding the leaderboard. So sorry, no, the points tallied a little bit different than what I advised. It's 100 points for the team that comes first, 95 for the team that comes second, 90 for third, and so on and so on. At this stage, we're still trying to compile the results for the skill division, and then we'll let you know. Team Nafanua, Fa'auli Lotso, Team Fiola, and Team Ultra from American Samoa. I don't know if you can see on your screens right now, but the lights are now on at Apia Park. It's a beautiful evening. Very lucky that the weather has cleared up since this morning.
All right, standing by for judges.
Sammy, correct me if I'm wrong, but Team Enjoy the View, is that Miss Global Samoa competing in that team?
You are correct.
Bye. We have a celebrity taking part in our competition today. The former Miss Samoa, Miss Heilani. Former Miss Samoa and current Miss Global, Heilani, as part of Team Joe's Gym.
4, 3, 2, 1. RX heat number 1 is go.
And then RX heat number 1 is now underway. As I mentioned, everyone, so for RX, the athletes need to run 800 meters, followed by 30 burpee on the plate, jumping burpees on the plate, and then concluded with a final 800-meter run. The time cap for this event is 13 minutes. Sam, this one's a tough one. Fai may sop kala, Sam. Ngale akar me Sam le fai le fia kalang ngomai. Teams looking good so far, fairly bunched together, especially the team from CrossFit Apia, and I think one of the Australian teams, Team Fiola, I believe. Team Ultra in the lead so far from American Samoa, followed by Team Fiola, followed by team from CrossFit Apia, followed closely by Team Nafanua. And at the back of the pack, a team from Joe's Gym. Team Enjoy the View. Currently enjoying the view.
Enjoy the view. Are enjoying the view.
Femi Awole Aka. You got to commend this team for coming through, led by Dice the Man. We are 3 minutes into this event. And looking at the teams coming across on the far end, in the lead so far is Team Fiola, followed closely by Team Ultra, I think. Followed by the team from from CrossFit Fatutoa. Team Ultra looking really strong, coming together. Also Team Fiola really closely behind him. Team Ultra looks like they'll be the first to make it to the burpee. Team Fiola closely second behind them. Followed by Mother Thrusters from CrossFit Apia. Coming in last is team from CrossFit Fatutoa.
Team Ultra looking good. Great work from Mother Thrusters. And we have 4 teams now.
It looks like all 4 teams are now on the burpee, onto the burpee.
Enjoy the view.
Team Ultra looking really good and fit. Also Team Fiola in unison, jumping really well together. Oh, sorry. And last to come through, Team Enjoy the View. This one will be tough, Sammy. It took them just under 5 minutes to make it to the burpees, the team that was leading. This one will come down to strategy, Sammy. It's either you finish on the burpees and rest, or you finish on the burpees and chase that last 800 and try and finish. Because if you don't finish at 800, you revert back to the tie break time, which is at the end of the burpee.
Does that affect your points?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Is that like when you take the tie break time from the burpees, comparing it to completing the whole thing in time?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously that affects your points. The team that finishes would end higher than the team that finishes on the burpee. But why I say it requires a bit of strategy is the last thing you want to do is run 750 meters in that last run and not finish. And then that wouldn't count, you know? Team Fiola now onto their run. I reckon Team Fiola are looking good to finish under the time cap.
This is one of our teams from overseas.
Yes, I think they're one of the teams from Australia.
Let's go Bluwave, Ultra, enjoy the view, thrusters.
Team Ultra, Team Fatutoa, and Team CrossFit Apia. And the team from Joe's Gym, Team Enjoy the View, all on the burpees right now. So far, the only team onto the track are Team Fiola.
Looking good. Thrusters, getting through their burpees. Ultra with 3 burpees left.
Team Fiola making really good time, Sammy.
Finishing their burpees, not their second run. 1 left for Ultra. Mother Thrusters, taking a little pause at Ultra return and onto their 800 meter run.
Team Ultra and team from CrossFit Fatutoa already onto the track right now.
Team enjoy the view working their way through.
Team Fiola
Mana thrusters.
coming around the corner
And onto their
for their first.
meter run.
Team Fiola coming across for the first 400 meter, 400 to go to finish this run.
3 of the 4 team members. No. One's out in front. The final 3 of Fiola that finished there. 400 meters of their 800 meter run.
We're 9 minutes in, Semi, into the 13-minute time cap. What do you reckon for time with the teams that are on the track right now?
I think Team Fiola is now on their last 400 meter run. I think they have a good time on the clock. I think they're one of the teams that's definitely going to complete this one. Hopeful for the other teams, but they're just going to have to pick up the pace.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to pushing it, eh?
Yeah.
Team Ultra coming around. It's going to be a tight one, Sammy.
They have 3 minutes on the clock to complete their last round, 400 meter for Team Ultra from American Samoa.
So they've got like just over 2 minutes to complete.
We have Team Fiola, their first member, coming through with their last round now.
It looks like Team Fiola will finish this one, Semi. They're coming in strong. Team Fiola overlapping team from CrossFit Fatutoa.
And the last 3 runners for Fiola. Finish at 11 minutes.
And then they finish 11 minutes to go. This one's going to be tough, Sammy. With the teams with about 400 to go, what do you reckon they need to do? Push it or just give up and save energy?
I mean, Ultra has a good chance. We still have about a minute and a half on. They're just going to have to push that last round. I think with the other teams.
Might as well call it quits, say.
Yeah.
Conserve your energy.
Especially for the next heat, the next event.
Yeah. I would probably recommend that too.
We have Team Ultra on their last. About
Team
50.
Ultra just might make it. It's going to be tight though.
Their last 200 meter.
Yeah.
Great work from Mana thrusters. 400 meters to go. And we have 1 minute.
Team Ultra with 1 minute to go. Really got to push this run. Let's go, Team Ultra. 1 minute to go.
We still have all the other teams still pushing through.
Yeah.
We have CrossFit Fatutoa's team down the back in red still pushing through with 1 minute on the clock.
I don't think they're going to make it, Sammy. Team Ultra in with a good chance of finishing. They've got to push it though. They've got to push it. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. Let's go, Ultra. Let's go, Ultra.
20 seconds remaining.
Push, Ultra.
20 seconds.
20 seconds to go.
Karatiso. Run, brother. Run. Come on. Team Ultra.
Team Ultra complete.
Team Ultra,
Do it.
do it and finish under the cap with 4 seconds to go.
2, 1, time.
And that's a wrap.
Well done to all the RX teams in Heat 1.
That was tough, Sammy. That was tough.
I feel it for them.
Shout out to
As you would have witnessed, the first of our RX teams coming through, 2 of the teams finishing event 1. Team Ultra from American Samoa and Team Fiola from Australia. Team Fiola coming in first and Team Ultra finishing second. Unfortunately for the teams from CrossFit Fatutoa and from CrossFit Apia, they couldn't finish under the time cap. We're now getting ready for Heat 2 of the RX division. So in this heat, Team Ethos from New Zealand, Team Nafanua Tafsilafai from CrossFit Fatutoa, Ward for the Rig, CrossFit Apia, and Zero Rocks from CrossFit Ruckus. Just a bit of information that has just come through right now. The standings for our scale division. The top 5 teams so far. In 5th place, Team All Rock Get Buck. In 4th place, with 85 points, is Team Onusai. 3rd place with 90 points, Beauty and Their Dads. 2nd place with 95 points is Team Jacked in the Box. And then in the 1st place, at the conclusion of event 1, Scale Never Fail with 100 points.
10 seconds on the clock. 10, 9.
So we count down now to the start of our 2nd and final heat for event 1.
2, 1.
And they're off.
Let's get it done. And the final RX heat is underway. Teams are moving. If you're wondering where the amazing offers that the judges, volunteers, even myself, are wearing this evening, sublime. Thank you very much. Take a bow. Feel wonderful. Was it you doing us?
As you can see on our screen right now, so far in the lead. So far in the lead is Team Zero Rux in black, followed closely behind by the team from Nafanua, CrossFit Fatutoa, Nafanua Tafsilafai in red. From CrossFit Apia in gray, Wad, the 4-rig. And right behind them is the team from New Zealand, Team Ethos. Zero Rux looking really good. Coming through towards the end of their last 400-meter run. Team Nafanua in close second. And then the Team Ethos from New Zealand making their way through.
And Team Nafanua, Tafsilafai, and Ethos employed the 3. Moonwalking over the line.
Team Zero Rux making really good time of this event.
We've been talking to APS, we've got a runaway horse on the field. All right, team, all moving well. Zero Rux
Zero rucks now making their way across the last 200 meters. Looking really good. Towards the back, Team Ethos from New Zealand, Team CrossFit Fatutoa and Team CrossFit Apia, still very closely bunched together. Team Zero Rucks making their way towards the burpee line.
All right, first team coming in, Zero Rucks. Volunteers just in position. And 1, 2, members of Zero Rucks finish there. Right. 1 or 2 coming in.
Really good times for these teams. Zero Rucks under 4 minutes, finishing the 800-meter run. Coming in second, Team Ethos from New Zealand, followed by Fatutoa and Team CrossFit Apia. Team Zero Rucks now onto the burpees. Also right behind them, Team Ethos from New Zealand. Team CrossFit Fatutoa also onto the burpees. And now also on the burpees are CrossFit Apia.
Team's all working really well on this team.
As you can see on our screens, it's a beautiful evening here in Apia, at Apia Park, your home of the Manu Samoa. All the teams really getting into it on the burpees right now. This is a really grinding workout. Requires a lot of endurance and stamina. All teams looking really good right now. Onto the burpees. Zero Rucks now onto the track, making really good time. It was just under 6 minutes 30. Team Ethos just right behind them. This one should be a close one. Team Ethos on the run now. 2 more teams on the burpees. Team CrossFit Fatutoa and Team CrossFit Apia. This should be a close one. CrossFit Fatutoa now making their way for the run. About 6 minutes to go. Lots of time to complete this run. Just a matter of how much battery you have left. Team Zero Rucks in the lead right now, making their way towards their first 400 meters. Running together, it's a good strategy. The boys pushing on their girls. Team Ethos not too far behind them. Also running really well, Team Ethos. This should be a close one. Team Samoa 5 from CrossFit Fatutoa coming towards their 400 meter mark. CrossFit Apia, Ward the Forig now onto the track. CrossFit Fatutoa coming through for the last 400 meters.
Great work from Samoa City Park. Yeah, let's go team.
Zero Rucks really pushing hard. Also Team Ethos right behind him, really pushing hard. Team Zero Rucks looks really good for time. Looks like they'll make it under the time cap for this one. Also Team Ethos right behind him. Team Ethos and Zero Rucks coming through. Zero Rucks making their way towards the finish line. Looking really strong. Team Ethos also right behind him. Zero Rucks closing it out. All four athletes making it under the time cap. Team Ethos also pushing hard, making their way towards the finish line. Team Ethos under the time cap in about 11 minutes. Samoa 5 from CrossFit Fatutoa in red, now making their way towards the finish line as well. Pushing really hard. They should make it. About 40 seconds to go. Team from Fatutoa. Coming through under the time cap. Oh, we've got a minute left to go. Still a minute left to go.
Sorry, water bring still going.
Only team remaining on the track right now is the team from CrossFit Apia. Ward the Forig. It looks like they might be capped and won't make it under the time cap for this one.
15 seconds left.
And the clock counts down. So it looks like in this heat, 3 of the 4 teams that took part have completed the event under the time cap. with only the team from CrossFit Apia, Ward the Forig, not completing the time within the required time cap. So 0 rucks, Team Ethos and team from CrossFit Fatutoa, all under the time cap. Sammy, come here. What did you make of that heat?
Beautiful. Just teamwork from everybody, just pushing each and every one. As you can tell from some of the teams, they had to basically push some of their team members, but it just comes down to that wanting to finish. So maloha to all the teams, especially our RX teams that completed it within the time. Yeah, excited to see event 2.
Yep. So we're gonna have a short break now, and then regroup and prepare for event 2, which should also be a real cracker.
Meter worm carry, 12 worm sandbag squats, 100-meter run together, and then a 50-meter worm carry back, and then 12 worm deadlifts. Again, we want to thank our wonderful sponsors, National Bank of Samoa, Petroleum Products Supplies, Sublime, Bluwave TV, Samoa Video Pro, MIE Electrical, Marks of Samoa, Alaki Wholesale, Samoa Tourism Authority, and Apia Insurance Company. Thank you for all the wonderful sponsorship of Samoa Festival Hawaii. So it is 6:10 now. We are looking to start the second exercise competition at 10 to 7. Big shout out to all the volunteers, all the judges, all the media team, and all the athletes. This is the 8th competition hosted by CrossFit Fatutoa. This is the 8th games started since 16. It's a competition in-house. Over the 8 years, it's turned into this competition. We are grateful for everyone who's come from overseas, all the supporters, all the athletes from Australia, New Zealand, America, Samoa. It's great to see everyone here competing today. Looking forward to the competition tomorrow as well. The This year in the tour we've got 25 teams, we've got 9 RX teams, 16 scale, 4 teams from American Samoa, 5 teams from Australia, 1 wonderful team from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and 13 teams from the motherland in Samoa. So there's 4 heats in event 2, just like event 1. Heat 1 will feature the Extreme Vikings. Samoa, CrossFit Justice, Extreme Legends, and Extremes. Heat 2 will be Whamalosi, EXF, Iolo, Whanua, Bluwave, and Team 1. Heat 3 for the scaled event 2 will be CrossFit Freedom, no rucks given, CPR, and then all ruck no buck. And then the final heat in the scaled division for event 2 will be Onosai, Beauty and their dads, jacked in the box, and scaled never failed. And for any skilled teams that want to know the heats again, you can check them out on the whiteboard down by the National Bank of Samoa tent by the volunteers area. Again, if you want to know where your heat is in the scale division, it's going to be starting at 10 minutes to 7. It's on whiteboard next to the National Bank of Samoa tent. And if we could get judges to come down to where Chi is standing, she's feeling a little lonely, wants some support. Great thing about CrossFit is we've got a lot who've competed in previous competitions. Over the years we've had a few different winners. 2016 was a team from Blue Lagoon. 2017 was the Barbell Wolves. 2018, Drink the Kool-Aid. 2019, Hakuna Masquata took out the competition. And in 2020 it split to RX and scale divisions. 2020, the RX Tornadoes took out the RX division, and the team was by the Drunken Masters. 2021 was Kuna Masquata in the RX, and scaled was Weetro. And last year, the winners were the RX competition. Alpha and scaled were Team Underdogs. Shout out to the previous winners. Glad to see you guys showing up, competing again this year as well. Just going to be the judges briefing right now for the first scale teams. Alright, so scale teams for heat 1. The second workout, day 1. Heat 1, Extreme Vikings. Whanua, Taua, CrossFit Justice, Extreme Legends, Extreme. Did we lose our hands? Come on, give them a round of applause. Let's go. Make a little noise for the teams. I require crowd participation, please. Judges, are you ready? Volunteers ready? All right, timekeeper. And we're waiting for our 10-second count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heat 1 of Heat 2 is underway.
You see the girl with the big tic tac, she be gimme the, head to the floor, girl, gimme the, bend over, girl, and gimme the, spit down to the ground, seismic activity, spit down me, girl, and gimme the, top wine, girl, and gimme the, body looks fine,
Alright, Saturday show's done and the walk is going.
body look good, girl, you never be winning it, body top right, girl, you never be dimming it, shake up your body, girl, you're in your element, body, we take up a permanent residence. Rotate your body, coming over, you're spinning it. Rotate your body, coming over, you're spinning it. Rotate your body, coming
So
over,
the
you're
other team
spinning
is
it.
12 work and a 50-meter work carry. Once teams get down to this end of the track, they're going to be doing another 12 sandbag squats. Teams out there dropping low.
The trumpets blow.
And Extreme finished their sandbags. Both Extreme teams. Whanua making up ground. CrossFit rounding out the pairs.
Serious thing, it on a comedy.
Another 100-meter run.
Comedy, some walk, get some come trouble. Pass to walk,
Whanua looking good as well. Extreme and CrossFit finishing up the teams. And now it's the 50-meter work carry for all teams. Extreme teams out in front. Samoa. They've got the bag. CrossFit Justice now in third place. Vikings. Rounding out the teams. Now we're getting into the sandbag squats. Sandbag cleans. Teams doing well with the work. Now we get round to the teams finished this round of exercises. They've got to do it all again. Extreme teams moving well. CrossFit Justice moving well. Switching up positions. And CrossFit Justice out for their 50-meter rope carry. Currently out in front. Extreme teams doing well. Extreme nations having a little bit of a break, getting back into it. Balancing on Samoa, having a little bit of a breather. And extreme legends on their second rope carry. This is an extreme team finishing up and moving on to the rope carry as well. Extreme team is on their last worm carry. Has 2 worm deadlifts left. CrossFit Justice finishing it back onto their run. CrossFit Justice carry on.
Calo. Allora sì, metti vile fa stessa meglio quel meleco.
Doing well on their run, and CrossFit Justice bringing back their sandbag.
E via.
Like we said, the team from American Samoa is here, not coming to participate in the win. Here for the double. working with extreme legends. Drinking from the down the view.
Yeah, talofa. Sorry, we lost comms for a minute right there, but we're back streaming live from Apia Park again. So you're just catching us right now, about 3/4 of the way through event 2. We're in the scale division. So just so you know, the way this event is set out is it's a 12-minute WOD for time. 12-minute WOD, 2 rounds for time of 12 worm deadlifts, a 50-meter worm carry, 12 worm squats, a 100-meter run, and then back to 50-meter worm carry, 12 worm deadlift, and then that should be the end of it. So just as you're tuning in, we've just about finished with Heat 1. The teams taking part in Heat 1 were Extreme Vikings from JP's Fitness, team from CrossFit Fatutoa, team FunkFit Justice, team Extreme Legends, and also the team Extremers. As you can see on the screen right now, the only team remaining are the team from CrossFit Fatutoa, making their way now to the line for their 50-meter sandbag carry. Just so you know, the weight for the sandbag is 8 kgs, 8 kilograms. And then they're making their way back and should finish with about, let's see, 8 worm cleans. Team CrossFit Fatutoa from Matanga still making their way towards the finish line. So you know the time cap for this event is 12 minutes. We're now about 11 minutes in. Right, yeah, so sila may event le Facebook ka.
DJ 大先分假，我嚟 event 啦，必須分假嗰啲 event 咧，我落嚟 event 冇冇啊，有啲 event 冇冇啊，夠你乜啊，event 啦你。
Yeah, only event more was a bit of endurance. It's an endurance workout. This one's a bit of strength and also a little bit of endurance. So Famasinga Tawa getting through their worm cleans right now. 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like they're going to be capped. Sammy, what do you make of this event? It's a little bit different from the first one. Requires a little bit of planning, a little bit of power, endurance. What's your take so far?
Yeah, definitely, DJ. I think for this event, you just gotta have the patience to move through it all. You just gotta trust one another and just try and complete it, really. Yeah, but I think this time around, you just gotta have the strength for it.
Right on, Sammy. So right now on the screen, getting ready for Heat 2. And in Heat 2 are 4 teams. Team Famalosi EXF, Team Yolu from American Samoa, Team from CrossFit Fatutoa Ulimasao, and Team WOW from Joe's Gym. Athletes and judges just getting ready. As you can see from the screen, it's beginning to get dark. Our lights are on tonight at Apia Park, the home of the Manu Samoa. You may not be able to see on the screens right now, but we've got a little bit of a crowd congregating up on the stands tonight. Families and friends are coming through to support their loved ones, their colleagues, their CrossFit colleagues. This one's an interesting heat, Sammy. Team Yolo from Pango. The two ladies that came up earlier for interviews, the oldest athletes competing today. They've got a bit of drive in them, don't you think?
Just working through the moves with athletes in the briefing. Getting ready for heat 2 of event 2.
So heat 2 just about to be underway.
Supporting today.
Team Well.
Come down and check out CrossFit. You've got a lot of different
Team YOLO.
wonderful people.
Team Ulimasao from CrossFit Fatutoa.
Go down and say hi.
And Team Fatmalosi, EXF.
Watch Hutty.
It's a really nice, cool evening tonight.
All right, judges. How are we going? Everyone ready? Volunteers, everyone good? All right. 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds on the clock.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Let's go, team. Round.
and we're on. 6 worm sandbag deadlifts. Sorry, 12 worm deadlifts, followed by the 50-meter worm carry. Looks like Team Fatmalosi is already on the track, making their way towards the 50-meter mark. Following behind them, Team Well from Joe's Gym. Team Fatmalosi now onto their 12 worm squats. Also Team Wow. And on the far end towards the field is Team YOLO, also getting through their squats. Oh, it looks like Team Ulimasao is already making their way back from the worm squats. Team Wow in the lead, Team Ulimasao in the lead so far, followed by Team Wow and then Team Fatmalosi.
And Ulimasao moving well. Team Wow close behind. Looking good on their run. And YOLO getting through the sandbag squats.
CrossFit Fatutoa Ulimasao now making their way back with the sandbag worm. CrossFit Fatutoa in the lead, making their way back right now. Team Uli Masao in red. Now towards the finish mark and prepping for their worm cleans. Oh, sorry. Worm deadlifts. 12 worm deadlifts to finish off. Team Wow also making their way back. And Team Fatmalosi also making their way back. Uli Masao now tagging the second duo onto the sandbag deadlifts. Team Fatmalosi finishing off their deadlifts. I think one more to go. One, and they're done. Tagging in their second duo as CrossFit Fatutoa make their way towards the 50-meter mark. Team YOLO making their way back. Team WOW making their way towards the 50-meter mark. Uli Masao now onto their front squats, to their worm squats, making easy work of it. Team CrossFit making their way back for the 100-meter run. Team WOW on the screen right now, getting through their worm squats. Also on the screen, Team Fatmalosi making their way towards the worm squats. Team Uli Masao now making their way back.
Picking up their bag and getting in their sandbag squats. Team YOLO carrying their bag back to the far end.
Team Fatmalosi getting through their front squats, their sandbag squats. On the screen is the team from Joe's Gym, Team WOW.
And now teams on the sandbag carries. Uli Masao getting into their deads. This is the last set of deads for the team Whanua, Uli Masao. Team YOLO with their run. Fatmalosi exact with their run. Team WOW on their sandbag
Team
carries.
YOLO making their way back, as well as Team Fatmalosi. Looks like Team Uli Masao have finished with 6 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Team WOW now making their way towards the finish line. Need to get through their 12 worm deadlifts.
Team WOW getting back into it. Come on, Team WOW.
Team YOLO. Really good push from Team YOLO and Luau. one of the oldest athletes competing at the tour. You can take huge inspiration from this woman. Team Famalosi making their way back as well. Looks like Team Wow have now finished. Yeah, so we're about 8 minutes and 40 seconds into the 12-minute time cap, and it looks like Team YOLO have now finished. Team YOLO from American Samoa, which now leaves Team Famalosi remaining. Yeah. Hi guys, I'm very sorry to pull you in last minute. I know you're prepping for the next event, but we're really grateful to have you take part in the tour games this year. Sorry, I just want to gauge from you. First of all, if I can get, just for everyone's information, we have here with us the father and daughter combination. So this is something unfamiliar with us at the tour games, but it's something really great and inspiring for everyone to take note of. But sorry, can I just ask what your names are, how old are you, and then we'll move on from there.
Oh, cool. My name is John, I'm 36.
My name's Naya and I'm 15.
So Naya, you are John's daughter?
Yeah.
My name's Dani and I'm 16.
My name is Foa, Tommy Fuifui, I'm 40 years old, and this is my daughter here.
Okay, sorry, I'll keep it very quick because I know you're prepping. But just in brief, I want to hear from you. What inspired you to come here? What inspired you to take part in the tour games? And what is your experience like so far? We'll start with you.
So basically, it was supposed to be a teenage team, but the two boys, they ended up pulling up, and yeah, we couldn't find anyone to fill in for the boys, so the dad had to step up and just partner up with the girls.
So basically, they pulled you in last minute.
Oh yeah, man, most definitely.
You're doing great, though. You're doing great.
Thank you.
And you?
My dad inspires me. Yeah.
Yourself?
Yeah, I've loved the experience. It's good. The weather, challenges us, I think, and the vibe's been really good.
Thank you.
I'm just here to support my daughter and our daughters and make sure that they are able to compete no matter what. So that's why we're here. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much for your time. Really inspiring for all of us. But yeah, all the best moving forward. All the best with the next event. You guys can kick ass.
Malulava uso DJ Malulava le fonga fonga. So this event, the event number 2. Can you tell us more about the worm cleans, the weight, what's the technique, and also what are the things that phải disqualify the athletes.
Yeah, vaftai vai mo le facility. Yeah, just so everyone is aware, the worm is probably the important part of this event. It requires a bit of strength and endurance, carrying the worm, moving it around. But the worm is basically a sandbag. It's a sandbag filled with some rubber, but mainly sand. So the weight for both divisions is, the worm is 80 kgs. And the first movement for the scale division is 12 worm deadlifts. So the standard is that you bend your knees, the worm must touch the ground, you pick it back up, and you have to hold it in with your back locked out, in a locked out position. Your back and your knees both locked out. Following that, you would need to carry the worm 50 meters towards the other end of the track. From there, you go straight into your 12 worm squats. So the standard for the worm squat is that both athletes carrying the worm must squat below parallel. So the winga loktala, so say your buttocks must go below the crease of your knee. So after that, the athletes would drop the sandbag, run 10 meters here and back, then pick up the sandbag and walk it back to the finish line, and then finish off again with 12 worm deadlifts. So right now, as you can see on the screen, on the live feed, we are now into our third heat. And the teams in our third heat are CrossFit Freedom, No Lucks Given, Sifiao, Old Rock, Get Buck. These teams are running. Looks like Team Old Rock is in the lead right now. Sifiao in Sifiao and Old Rock making their way through the run. Old Rock, Sifiao both back at the sandbag. Sifiao making their way back first in purple, followed by Old Rock. No Luck Given on screen, making their way back towards the finish line. Sifiao getting through their deadlifts, making lightweight of them. Tagging in their second partners. Sifiao taking the lead. Straight into the deadlifts. Making lightweight of these sandbags. All Rock, No Buck, just behind Team Sifiao. Team Sifiao straight into the clean, now making their way towards the 50-meter mark. Sifiao with a healthy lead right now. They were initially neck and neck with all ruck, no buck, but now they've got a handy lead so far. All ruck going straight to the squats. 1, 3. Sifiao making easy work of the sandbag. All ruck. Sifiao making really good time. No luck given on the right. All ruck on the left, getting through their front squats. No luck given on the chase, but Sifiao are still making good time. Carrying really strong towards the finish line. Now just need to get through the 12 deadlifts. And it looks like they're go unbroken on this one. Sifiao doing really well, really good time. Really good form right there. Lee's knocking, the knees locking out. And Sifiao take the win under 5 minutes. Really good time from Sifiao. No luck's given now on the deadlift. Looks like no luck given will finish in second place. All ruck now finishing off their deadlifts. And they finish as well. Sorry, that's FunkFit. Team FunkFit now finished. No ruck now onto their deadlifts. And that closes out. Oh no, they're still there, still almost finished. Still on the sandbag, no ruck. Judge Chi with the countdown. 3 more to go, I think. One, and they're done. And that concludes our heat 3. One more heat to go, and then we close out our scale division. We're now heading into our last scaled heat. The teams are moving onto the track. Team Onosai, Team Beauty and their dads, Team Jacked in the Box, and Team Scale Never Fail. This should be a good one. See some of the audience watching our games tonight at Apia Park. It's a perfect night for competition. The skies are clear. It's a little bit of drizzle just a while ago, but that's now disappeared. The track is dry, the grass is dry, and the sandbags hopefully should also be dry. Team setting up right now. Simone Osai, Beauty and their dads, Jacked in the Box, and Scale Never Fail.
But back to the action. And heat forward, Osai, Beauty and their dads, Jacked in the Box, and Scale Never Fail are warming up the last heat of the scale division. Want to make a special shout out to everyone who helped develop these sandbag worms. It's not just sand in there, it's a lot of specialized engineers. Made by the teams.
Just about to make a start for our fourth and final heat for the scale division, event 2. It's a reminder, event 2 is a 12-minute WOD. 2 rounds for time, 12 worm deadlifts, 50 worm carry, 12 worm squats, 100-meter run, followed by another 50 worm carry and a 12 worm deadlifts. Just about to start. Teams getting ready.
Judges, are you ready? Judges okay? Athletes okay? Everyone happy? Let's get this underway. Timekeeper, 10 seconds on the clock, please. 10.
The 10-second countdown is now on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go time. Heat.
And we're off. Final heat for the scale division, event 2. Teams now making their way through the sandbag carry after completing 12 deadlifts. Jacked in the Box look like they're in the lead. Straight into the squats there. Team Jacked in the Box making their way back. Team Monosai as well, following closely behind. Team Onsai and Team Jack at the box, neck and neck right now. Sorry, scale never fail. Scale never failed onto their deadlifts right now. And on Osai as well, neck and neck. Scale never fail, and on Osai, tag at the exact same time. This one's gonna go down to the wire. Scale never fail, looking really good. Team Osai already carrying their bag now. Scale never fail, right behind them. Team Osai making their way down the track. Scale never fail. Into their squats right now. Scale never fail. Looks like the sandbag is on different shoulders for that pair. Not sure what the standard is. Onosai now making their way back. Scale never fail, looking really good. Jacked in the box, now making their way towards the squat. Scale, sorry, Team Onosai now making their way back. Team Scale never fail, really chasing hard right now. Scale never fail, coming for the win. Onosai now pushing through, down for their deadlifts, straight onto the deadlifts, Onosai. It's neck and neck right now. Toe to toe right now. It's looking even Stevens right now. Scale never fail, look like they might be in the lead. Scale never failed on the screen right now. Onosai. Times aghast. Fighting really hard. Looks like Onosai have taken the win just by a single rip. Awesome fight by these teams. Awesome fight. Team Onosai pushed really hard. They were neck and neck with Team Scale Never Fail, who were right behind them. In the end, Onosai takes the win by a single rip. On the screen right now is Jacked in the box, getting through their deadlifts. Jacked in the box now also finish, which leaves just remaining Team Famalosi. one team remaining. Just so you know, this team comprises a father-daughter duo. So each duo are father and daughter. Team Famalosi getting through it now. The remaining deadlifts almost done. Famalosi really grinding through it and now finishing off just under 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And that concludes our scale division for event 2. Yeah, Talo Falava, we're really grateful to be joined here today, this evening, by Team Nafanua. Well, at least half of Team Nafanua. Sorry, what's your team's name again?
Nafanua Fasila Fight.
Yeah, so we have with us Lupe and Elijah. Lupe, can we just hear from you what's so far, what your takeaway from event 1 was? How was the feeling going into it? What did you feel with how you concluded?
So with event 1, it's really based off the strength of your weakest runner, which just so happened to be me. So I have to thank my team for carrying me, literally pulling me along and just helping to motivate me. So I think this first event was really about teamwork and how your team can work together to just help each other out. Yeah, my takeaway, we did as best as we could, and I think that was probably the hardest event over for me, and we're looking forward to the rest of the events.
I saw you snuck in just under the time cap. Was that a good feeling?
I think we were more than just a little bit under the time cap. It was more than a minute, I think.
Yeah,
no, that felt good. It felt good to finish and just get that out of the way.
Okay, heading into event 2, Elijah, what's your strategy heading into event 2?
Just stick to our training, team training. Don't gas it. Pace yourself, and it's all about teamwork. So if you try to gas it without your team, you're done for. And try to get no reps.
All right, thank you guys for your insights into both events. We wish you well heading into event 2. Good luck.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. press the phone? Sorry, we are now setting up for the first of the 2 RX heats. So we've got 5 teams in Heat 1 of Event 2 for the RX division. Enjoy the view, Ward the 4 rig, Mother Thrusters, Nafanua Fa'aliu Litso, and Team Ultra. Just so you know, the standards for this event are slightly different from the scaled events. So this comprises a 12-minute WOD of 2 rounds, 8 worm cleans, 50-meter worm carry, 16 worm squats, followed by a 50-meter worm, followed by a 100-meter run, and then a 50-meter worm carry again, and then 8 worm cleans. And then the first duo would tag their second partners, and they would have to complete 2 rounds of the same. So 12-minute time cap on the timer. Judges getting ready right now. Athletes getting ready. And a little bit of drizzle coming down at Apia Park. Yeah, the rain is beginning to pour down now. Now this would have an impact on the athletes because the rain would definitely add weight to the worm. All teams getting through the sandbag carry right now. Team Wad, the 4 rig, now on the run. Into their squats right now. To their right is Team Ultra from American Samoa. And coming into the screen right now is Mother Thrusters. Team Ultra making their way back. Mother Thrusters making their way back. For the rig now picking up their sandbag, making their way back. Team Ultra taking their sandbag back. And the rain is pouring down. All teams are now towards their cleans. As you can see on the screen, the rain is pouring down now. All teams onto their cleans right now. Ultra have tagged their second partners, their second duo. Also for the 4 rig have now tagged in their partners as well. Mother Thrusters have tagged in their partners as well. All teams are really getting into their thrusters. What the 4 rig really smashed that one. All teams now making their way towards the 50-meter mark. Sandbag carry. All teams at the squat area now. Oh, looks like Team Fatutoa have now overtaken the 4 rig, making their way back to the 100-meter run. We're about 5 minutes 40 into the 12-minute time cap. Looks like Team Fatutoa, CrossFit Fatutoa Fatutoa have now finished in first place. What the 4 rig getting through their cleans right now. Well, the Forig now finished with their cleans.
Enjoy the view, getting back up to their sandbag carriers at the other end of the park. And Ultra start their final cleans. And we have 8 minutes and 15 seconds gone. Great work from Ultra being through. Some of the thrusters, thrusting.
Two more teams on the track right now. Team Ultra, Team Mother Thrusters, grinding through that clean. The final 8 cleans.
Enjoy the view making it work. Finishing off their sandbag carriers. Great work from the boys. Doing twice the work. And enjoy the view. Ultra, Mother Thrusters. And Ultra are nearly done with their work. And they are
Looks like Team Ultra are done now.
Great work from Team Ultra. Mother Thrusters getting a little hung up there.
Mother Thrusters, the only ones left on the track right now. Oh, sorry, and Team Enjoy the View. One more to go for Mother Thrusters. And then that wraps it up. Mother Thrusters. That concludes Heat 1 of the RX Division, Event 2. And just like that, our rain has disappeared once again, just in time for the final heat. Also like to take this opportunity to make special mention of Paitai Hansel and Kristen, who are selling items right now just in front of the stadium. All sales for their items goes towards the purchase of new equipment for Fatutoa, CrossFit Fatutoa. Now setting up on the tracks, the teams for our final heat tonight. 4 teams, Team Nafanua Tafsilafai from CrossFit Fatutoa, Team Fiola, Team Ethos from New Zealand, and Team Zero Rucks. This should be a good one.
Judges ready? Athletes ready.
Judges ready, athletes ready.
Last event of the evening.
Last event for tonight,
10 seconds on the clock.
Heat 2 of the RX division.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1, and we are off. Teams getting straight into the sandbag clean. Keep in mind the sandbags would probably be a bit heavy right now after the rain that we've had. Oh wow. Team Fiola making light work of it. Also Tafsilafai from CrossFit Fatutoa. Team Ethos. Zero Rucks and Ethos at the back. Team Fatutoa, Team Fiola, straight into the front squats right there, neck and neck. Both teams doing really well. This will be close. Team Ethos now at the 50-meter mark into their front squats. Team Fiola making their way back, as Tafsilafai as well. Team Ethos making their way back on the run. Zero Rucks making their way back on the run. Team Tafsilafai walking back with their sandbag. Team Fiola also back. Team Fiola straight into the sandbag cleans. This is a race. Team Fiola are doing really well, going unbroken on the sandbag squats. These are heavy sandbags, so to go unbroken is difficult. Still neck and neck, changing almost at the same time. Tafsilafai now take the lead, making their way towards the 50-meter mark. They're basically running down that track. making lightweight of the sandbag into their squats. Team Ethos now changing over straight into the sandbag cleans. Zav and B making really light work of that for Team Ethos. Team Fiaola onto their front squats. Sorry, their sandbag squats. Tafsilas Fa'i on their run back to the sandbag. They now need to pick it up, march back to the starting line, and get through 8 sandbag cleans.
We are 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this last RX heat. Viola finishing their 100-meter run. Ethos and 0 rucks on the sandbag squats now. And out ahead is
Nafanua Tafsilas Fa'i getting ready for their cleans. Going unbroken here. Their third one. 4, 5, 6, 2 more to go. And that's a wrap. Oh no, no rip there. No rip there. Tafsilas Fa'i finish in first place. About 5 minutes, 34 seconds. Team Fiaola now finishing off their cleans. Fiaola really grinding through that one.
Good work from the Ethos team. Zero rucks getting it done.
2 more for Team Fiaola.
Nearly finished with their work.
Team Fiaola complete. Team Ethos finish as well. Zero rucks, the last team on the track right now, getting through it. One more rep to go. And they're done. And that wraps it up for tonight. Well, everyone, that concludes our RX division for Heat 2. And there's also the final event for tonight. Keep in mind that we have another full day of events tomorrow at the CrossFit Fatutoa box at Vaitele. We're screening live from around 8:30 tomorrow morning. So Mike's official color. Just in terms of the judging. Oh, yeah, we'll finish off.
I'm trying to think.
I got my phone out. What's the question? Just what your take was from all the events so far and how the judging was. Yeah, talo for everyone, and that really really wraps up our events for tonight. It's been a great night of activities, two really good events, really strong performances from a lot of our teams tonight, both in the scale division and RX division. Anyway, just before we wrap things up tonight, I'm here with Judge Mike's. Mike's, what's your take so far on the events tonight? How was it out there judging? What was the standards? And what was your take from everyone's performance so far?
Really good. I think this year with the level of competition going up, we really had to step up our game as judges and organizers, and it's been really refreshing this year. We've had a good group come in this year to help. We weren't short of judges today. The standards were well explained to all the teams, so our job today was fairly easy, and yeah, we're really happy how it went today.
Thanks, Mike. We've got another big day in store tomorrow. We'll be screening live from Fatutoa. I think around about, what time are we starting tomorrow, Mike?
8:30, I think we'll start the briefing, and we're trying to aim for a 9 o'clock start.
Yeah. So yeah, please tune in tomorrow at CrossFit Fatutoa. We'll be streaming live again. Another 3 events tomorrow. I think the two will be compulsory. And I think one of them, that one's kept secret, eh?
Yeah, for the top 5 teams that go through the scale and the RX, they'll be doing a 5th event, and that will be announced after the placings are announced.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike, for your time tonight.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it. Before we wrap things up, can I call my commentary team on board? Bye. Bye, myself, I'm Kalangai le Kakuafia.
Malo team, malo Sami, malo foi uso DJ. For Manaya, it was very successful. The day 1 for the tour competition this year, and also it was a very tough competition. Before we end our live today, so we thank our sponsors. Thank you to Kristen and the Samoa Color Shop, Matafele, and also the Sanita Hotel. Yeah, to say man le langolongoina le tato live in
Sammy, any closing comments to finish off our night?
No, thank you to everyone that's tuning in from around the world. I know there's a lot of overseas people watching, all families and friends. Malo lava to our athletes today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you, everyone. So that pretty much wraps up our streaming for tonight. Like I said, we'll see everyone again tomorrow around 8:30 to 9. Waftai lava.